Just about set to get started. The Nets coming off an overwhelming 34-point win over Utah Tuesday night, doing it without Kevin Durant, while the Sixers, with that record of 7-up and 1 down, 5 straight wins, winning a wild one last night against the Washington Wizards. The officiating crew: Scott Foster, Leon Wood, Aaron Smith, and as you heard on the pregame show, Kyrie Irving not with the Nets because of what he said for personal reasons, Chris. And this is going to be a story that is bandied about for the next 24 to 48 hours. As mentioned, the Nets were not told why Kyrie is out. Steve Nash was never told. As Jarrett Allen gets inside and puts it down. And
you know, it is going to be it's going to be a little bit of a show.
Or I should say, long time Net fans notice the old style uniforms that they are wearing. We'll get back to that in just a moment. Steve Nash going with the lineup where he shook things up the other day, is coming off another strong game last night against Washington.
Early, watch the
Tobias Harris with the step back. Yes.
Great move right there by Tobias. He's finding his. Coach Rivers says, listen, we can score and shoot threes out of the post play.
And the running one-hander. And the good touch by Jeff Green.
Or this unit that they've assembled now plays with so much energy. But Milton says, that's all right, my name is Shake for a reason.
In the 2001 season, when Allen Iverson and company began at 10-0, it was a season that the Sixers lost in the finals to the Lakers. Nice move by Prince, not able to hit on the spin. And Kyrie had a spectacular game the other night. Allen on the follow in front of Embiid. Here's Green, gets the hop. Three-pointer for Danny Green, but Kyrie the other night hit his foot. Here's Green again from the corner.
And if I'm Doc Rivers, I really like the shots that we're getting from the three-point line to Danny Green and others. They've been good shots, pacing shots. And how about that? LeVert, he floats a little bit in the
man out of Michigan. This is with a 20-8 lead. Spin by Simmons. Ben Simmons able to knock it down.
You called it, Marvin, and that's what I was going to say. Look at how Doc Rivers has put this team in different positions to be successful. We never used to see a pick and roll with Simmons and Embiid. It was almost like they couldn't play on the same side of the floor. Not the case right now.
Nice move by Jeff Green, and here's Embiid. Simmons on the hop, intended for Embiid. Embiid off the scramble, comes up with it. Here's Harris again.
Harris is not thinking, Marv. Last year you could tell he was trying to find a way in with
Dwight Howard for Tyrese Maxey.
A game that if he keeps under control, he can play it like a playground game, meaning using his one-on-one ability to get other people involved.
There's Milton. Lost it. Shamet with the steal. Shamet tried to reverse and score.
He's been a little fella for a long time. Why he used his body so brilliantly against the big fella.
That pick and roll for them is a great option. It gets Ben to the paint, gets our three-point shooters, and then it also gets Joel to the post. So that's what we want.
All right, Philadelphia head coach Doc Rivers off to a good start with.
Again, Philly needs to speed up the pace right now without a #1 scorer and make sure that Milt not only gets others involved, but tries to get guys like himself, a leader in the practice area, and on that defensive end, he's a terror.
A foul by Howard on Chiozza. Steve Nash going deeper into his bench. Chris Chiozza, who had a strong game against Memphis 10 days ago, put down by
Dwight Howard.
Here's Chiozza off the fake, try to pull it back. Harris for 3. Yes.
Marv, Harris is a cold shooter. Right now, that's what Harris can do.
Oh, Howard blows the stuff. This is Chio's in the open floor, and Harris converts. Maxey controlling for the Sixers. Maxey sets it up for Howard. Beautiful lead pass. Having his difficulties. Harris, yes. Tobias.
Shoot as many threes as you want, but just remember, when you're down there, you're a load and so hard to stop, and you just wear down the defense.
Here's LeVert, doubled. Harris lost his footing. Finds Brown, and he hits and
I guess he and Simmons make a great pair because Simmons does not have not one mid-range bucket this year.
So a 7-0 run here by the Nets over the last 2 minutes. Tobias Harris with the
went to work in LA as the Clippers got traded to Detroit and went to work there. And you understood last year, he's just trying to find his way. And if he ever gets loose, he's going to be a problem. And speaking of a problem, Kenny Petrovic. Oh, good teams.
One of the great high school players to come out of New York City.
Yes.
There's Embiid with a strong move and the foul. Marv Albert, Chris Webber, Barclays Center in Brooklyn. Nets and Sixers meeting for the first time this season. Joe Harris.
Passing lanes for the steel green, and Harris repays him the favor.
LeVert on the drive. Embiid lost it. He went right at Allen, lost it off the dribble. Here comes LeVert putting the speed on. Jeff Green, yes.
Great play. Allen coming down in a fast and so fast and stopped on a dime, made the pass to the corner.
Jeff Green with the second three of the game. Ben Simmons right back.
Derek Coleman before the game. And I asked him about these tie-dye uniforms because they're so ugly. And he told me, he said, we hated them. We didn't even want to wear them when we first got them. He said, then we traded for Petrovic. Great finish right there by LeVert because he's giving them away free. That's what he just told me.
Just doing some business.
Hey, I got to give the fans what they want. We're missing Kyrie out here. We're missing a couple names, but Harris is not missing
from a third world country. It was just so sad to take it all in. And as it turns out, President-elect Joe Biden actually echoed the exact statement that was made by Doc Rivers in a speech today.
I'm sure a lot of people echoed it because as I talked to black and brown people across America yesterday, they all said the same thing. You know nothing's going to happen. You know they're going to call them protesters. You know it's going to be a nice narrow guy for turnovers, block shots, and technicals when we have to watch what we watched yesterday.
Nets back in possession. Jeff Green goes back rim. On the long rebound, Allen gets it, finds LeVert. With Kyrie Irving out of action tonight, has had a tremendous game. 8 for 17 now, 20 points.
How about that? Tobias Harris, the two dribbles again. Doc Rivers.
Up front, Embiid, Tobias Harris, Danny Green in the backcourt, Shake Milton, Ben Simmons. Here's the double on Embiid, gets it out. Harris for three.
Out of the post, Mark.
At the University of Tennessee. Nets in possession, up by 8. LeVert hounded by Simmons. Ball poked away by Simmons. From long range, Taurean Prince able to hit the three. Now Green from downtown, yes.
This has just been everywhere, and that's the downhill play I'm talking about of Simmons right there. It's so hard to stop.
That is his fourth personal. And finally, Blue Wall 16. They're up here by 12.
If you're Philly, you need to be careful right now. The Nets are feeling themselves and taking a couple good shots, just missed them, and on a play like that, starting to feel themselves. See if the second unit for Philly can get things going. They're a much better defensive unit. And with guys like Shake Milton trying to get inside, they don't settle.
For the Sixers. Nice move to Matthias. Played briefly in the first half. Rookie out of Purdue, two-way player. Catch and shoot. He's very sad. Matthias not able to hit.
Oh, Dwight Howard fighting. How about that? The ball.
Here's Maxey putting a move on and scores. Tyree's final seconds of the third. Harris puts the move on, running one-hander is good. 0.2 of a second to go. So that is the end of
the way they're playing. We just got to have one more good quarter.
And when you talk about proud of the way you're playing, when you talk about that pace and that fast break and getting into those lanes, are you happy with kind of the pace as well on the offensive end?
Yeah, and they have the #1 defense in the league right now with Joe back there around the rim. We got to try to get
with their bench. Matthias, Howard. Here's Maxey, puts on the brakes and scores. He's been impressive.
Coach stays with the bench. He's sending the starters a message. Harris is just sending every defender a message. And again, we hope everything with Kyrie is okay first and foremost. Coach, like Nash and staff, you just wonder how this will play out. But first and foremost, we just hope that everything is okay with Kyrie, his family, and loved ones.
Nice touch by
Night. Bobby sitting waiting.
Allen had 11 rebounds, as does Jordan. Here's Green for 3. 5 from beyond the three-point line. Shabbat able to cut straight down the lane. Shake Milton surveys the floor. Tobias Harris met by the double, and then Embiid shoots for 3. Joel, an important man missing from the Nets roster, that being Spencer Dinwiddie, recovering from surgery after partially tearing the ACL in his right knee. Allen able to put it down.
And they are the #1 D in this league, but tonight they just can't stay in front of the perimeter players.
And the Nets with an impressive second half. Nice runner by Shake Milton. Teammates would say Myron grew so quickly, he must have been drinking a lot of milk. And they started calling him Milkman of Levert.
That's all Allen. That's all Allen. And look at him get back down the floor on the other end. He stayed. And that's why Nets fans love his effort.
Another excellent game. 13 points, 11 rebounds for Allen. And time picks. Make your predictions now. Play free at NBA.com/pick'em. Ryan Anderson, Grant Hill will have it all for you. Three-pointer, 7 of 16. Check that. Looking at the wrong stat line. 11 of 19 for Harris, including 4 from downtown.
And how about this, Marv? Coach Steve Nash to make sure he makes every guy valuable out there on the floor and going to their strengths, not their weaknesses.
Here's Embiid backing his way and able to hit. Ready to go. He's in quarantine after coming in contact with someone who tested positive for the coronavirus. And told it's looking good that he'll be able to return. As Landry Shabbat.
His team, but I have to give the players of this organization, of course you have to give management, but the players of this organization bridge that trust with people in the game, late in the game, because this Brooklyn team